What's up, everybody? How's it going? I almost said AJ, but your name is Kody. I've said AJ's name every day, every time we've done a podcast or a video for the past a year and a half ish. So that's
Yeah.
that's not AJ. Hi, everybody. How we doing? We are here to rank all 19 Black Sabbath albums. Um, we are leaving off the Heaven and Hell um, The Devil You Know from 2010, 2011, whenever that came out. Um, we're going to leave that one off. I like that album a lot, though.
Yeah, we're also going to be leaving off the live albums
Yeah.
too.
Studio
So,
albums only. There's 19 of them. So let's get to it, shall we? Because there's 19 of these things.
yep. Are you going to leave your camera off? Because it looks like your camera's off.
Is it off?
Yeah.
What the hell? I don't understand this thing.
All right, cool. There you go.
Alrighty, I'm back. Hi, I saw myself the whole time. I don't know.
All right.
Damn technology, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's do this. Kody, number 19 for you.
All right. My number 19 is Forbidden. Yeah. Not good. Like I do kind of like I Won't Cry for You. That song's all right, and Guilty as Hell is all right, but other than that, not a very good album.
Yep, absolutely agree. Same thing. Number 19, Forbidden. I've listened to this album twice in my life. I have tried to listen to it 3 or 4 more times. Tried to listen to it again the other day. I couldn't get past the second song for the third straight time.
Yeah.
At least the third straight time. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I think the Tony Martin era is actually very, very underrated
Yeah.
in the Black Sabbath category. This is so bad.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Black Sabbath. Like, I get it. If your name wasn't Pantera in the 90s, if you were a heavy metal band or a rock band or whatever, you weren't doing well. And I get it. Tony Iommi was trying to grasp at straws here and do something else. Having Ernie C of Body Count be the producer and the production on this thing, no,
Yeah.
no. This is a bottom 3, maybe even my least favorite heavy metal album of all time. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. The only
Yeah.
positive I have is there's some riffs on here that sound like Black Sabbath, but they just sound really dry and not good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. Number 18.
And what I'll also say about Forbidden is that they also got like rappers
They
on
got
the album
Ice-T
too.
to be on one song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the producer of this album, Ernie C, is in Body Count, Ice-T's crossover thrash and rap metal band. He's the guitarist in that band or something, or the bassist or whichever one he is. And it didn't work. It did not work at all.
Yeah.
Number 18 for you, good sir.
My number 18 is Never Say Die. Um, I do like the title track Never Say Die. Junior's Eyes. I like Air Dance and Over to You. I like, but there isn't really much on this album that I like. It's kind of a mixed bag for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I again completely agree. This is I don't Forbidden should be a forbidden album for anyone who listens to heavy metal or hard rock or anything like that. This is not a terrible album. It's just where Sabbath went from what 6 or 7 fantastic albums or whatever it was to Never Say Die and Technical Ecstasy. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And it's just the band was in tripping balls, drugs, alcohol, terror. It's my number 18 as well. It's not a good album. It's too weird. It's not even progressive metal. It's not even avant-garde metal. It's just weird metal. Like, it makes no sense. It's just I don't like it.
Yeah, and there's also like a random like jazz song on there, like a jazz instrumental. Like, what was that?
It don't do cocaine, weed, whatever the hell they were doing back in the day. It just the band was in shambles at this point in time. Ozzy would leave pretty soon after. And yeah, it was the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 17.
My number 17, I'm gonna go with Tyr, Tyr.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I do like the Vision. I do like Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
Valhalla, and Heaven and Black. Um, but again, this album is kind of mixed for me. But I do like a good handful of the songs on here, though.
It's not my number 17, but it does seem it's very power metal. It's very Norse mythology. It's very dragon, not dragon, but it's like the more fantasy elements that power metal is very known for.
Yeah,
I like the album, but I totally get why it's your number 17. It's a very different album for them. It has the same. It doesn't have the same. Um, it doesn't have that Black Sabbath thing.
yeah,
If that makes sense, I don't know the word, but it doesn't have the Black Sabbath. What's the word I'm looking for? It didn't have that Black Sabbath feel. Doesn't have the feel. It's a little darker. It's a little mythology Norse based. Totally get it.
yeah,
Totally get it. My number 17 is Technical Ecstasy. Like Never Say Die. I just can't get into this album. It's not as weird as Never Say Die. Okay, maybe it is, but it's just I kind of enjoy the weirdness of this one. Like for me, Never Say Die is weird too, but Technical Ecstasy is so weird that I kind of enjoy it, but I really don't.
yeah,
That it just the later Aussie stuff is just so like the band was so in shambles and it's just so bizarre.
yeah.
And that's all I got. Number 16 is good, sir.
My number 16 is the last album, 13.
Oh,
Um,
really? Okay.
yeah. Um, like kind of like a tier. It's kind of like a mixed bag for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like End of the Beginning.
Mm-hmm.
God is Dead. I
That's the
love
best song on the album. Love that
yeah,
song. Love that
and
song.
I love Loner.
Mm-hmm.
Loner is one of my favorite Black Sabbath
Mm-hmm.
songs of all
Mm-hmm.
time, and Live Forever is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's not really one of my favorites, but it does have a few good stuff on it that I like.
I'll get into it when I talk about it for me, but it feels as much as I do like the album, it feels weird to go back to the early stuff after Ozzy hadn't been on an album since 1979. 78. And it feels weird to go back to that style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But overall, I do like the album. But I'll get into it. My number 16 is Dehumanizer. Um, I I've said this before. I'll say it again. I love Dio. I love his first two albums with the band. I love the Heaven and Hell album. I like that album a lot. Dehumanizer is the heaviest Sabbath album, but I don't know. There's just something about it for me that it doesn't quite click. If Are you a James Bond fan by chance?
Not really. I think I've seen a few of the movies, but
Okay.
not a massive fan.
Okay, so you might not get this reference then, but I'm going to use it anyway because it's the only way I can explain it. When Sean Connery initially left the role of James Bond, the movie that George Lazenby did, the one film that George Lazenby did as James Bond, was a very, very, very good book that the fans wanted to see adapted. Everybody says though to this day still, even though it's a great film, George Lazenby is the worst part of that film. If Connery would have been in those shoes, it would have been better. And I think that's how I feel about this album. If it was Ozzy rather than even though Dio's great on the album, I think if this was an Ozzy album, I would like it more. I just don't think that heavy doomy style of this album fits Dio. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I like all the songs enough. I just don't know if Dio was the right guy for this album. But I do like it. It has some good stuff on there. It's by far, I think, their heaviest sounding album. But I like it a lot. It just happens to be my number 16.
Yeah. All right. My number 15 is Technical Ecstasy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I actually do like this album. I used to dislike it, but after I listened to it again, I kind of enjoyed it because even though it's like a really weird album, like you said, I think it's kind of fun to listen to. Some of the songs, like Backstreet Kids, You Won't Change Me, Gypsy, All Moving Parts, Rock and Roll Doctor, and She's Gone. I like those songs.
Rock and Roll Doctor is a fun song. I've
Yeah,
always enjoyed it. It's probably honestly a guilty pleasure album for me because it's not good, but it's so weird that it's so entertaining for me.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
so weird. My 15 is Sabotage. Um, if you know the backstory behind just the album cover of this thing, are you freaking being loud? I can hear my dog snoring right now. I don't know if you heard that or
Uh,
not.
oh, I didn't hear it.
She's being loud as hell right now. Hey, relax there. Anyway, Sabotage. This is I have to show this cover because it's such a strange cover. Um Being loud. I believe it's Bill Ward is wearing the red pants.
Yeah,
Remember correctly, I believe it's Bill Ward. And apparently those are his wife's pants.
wow, didn't know that.
Apparently he showed up with no pants on.
Oh,
And his wife was like, "Here, take mine."
yeah,
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. This is an era of Black Sabbath that is so interesting. If they ever do a Black Sabbath biography movie or something, or like a mini series, I want to know what the fuck was going on with the band at this time
yeah,
because it's so weird. It's
yeah,
so bizarre. And it shows in their music and it's so just it's again I don't love the album, but it's entertaining enough for me to be like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's another guilty pleasure for me. But man,
Yeah,
Black Sabbath was so entertaining in the late '70s. Man, they were so entertaining.
yeah, definitely.
Were so much fun.
Yeah,
Didn't really work out music wise, but entertainment wise, for me in particular, outside of the music, A plus, man, A plus, guys, for
yeah,
sure, for sure. Number what are we on? 14.
yeah. 14. Um, my number 14 is Cross Purposes. Um, I like this album. It's got some really good stuff on here, like Crown of Thorns, Psychophobia, um, Virtual Death, um, Dying for Love, Back to Eden, um, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Cardinal Sin, Evil Eye, and then there's also a really good like bonus track on here called What's the
Mm-hmm.
Use? Um, a lot of good stuff on here. I really like this album. I wouldn't say I love it, but I definitely like it quite a bit.
This is Tony Martin, right? This is one of his.
Yeah, it's one of his.
Okay, yeah, I agree. It's my number 14 as well. And everything you said, yeah, I agree with. I agree with. This is a good album. It's entertaining. It's fun. I do. This is. I think this is my least favorite of his. Yes, but I do like it. Again, I think his era of the band is very, 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 very underrated.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, this just happens to be my least favorite. But I of his era. But I still like it. Hey, can you lay down? Can you lay down? No, sit, sit, lay down. Anyway, continue, good sir. Number 13 for you.
All right, my number 13 is self-titled debut album, Black
Oh,
Sabbath.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I do really like it. I do love um, Black Sabbath, the song, The Wizard, NIB, Wicked World, Sleeping Village. There's some good stuff on here, but it doesn't have quite as much like re-listen
Mm-hmm.
ability as like the rest of
For sure,
the albums I
for
have in
sure.
front of it.
Absolutely agree
But
on that point.
yeah,
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with that last point. Completely agree. Yeah, that I was listening to the title track this morning for the first 3.5, 4 minutes of that thing. This is a sludgy, doomy, slow, haunting masterpiece, and then the last 2.5, 3 minutes were just absolutely kick ass.
yeah,
I love that song. I like this album quite a bit. It's a little higher for me, but I don't disagree with your last point at all. At all, at all. My number 13 is Tear. Again, I like the Tony Martin. This is also Tony Martin, right?
yep,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Again, I like his era. It's my least favorite era. I still think it's damn underrated. Damn good album. It just falls at number 13. So there we go with that.
nice. Um, my number 12 is The Eternal Idol.
Okay.
Um, yeah, now we're getting to like an area where like I think like all these albums are getting like really great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I love the Eternal Idol, like The Shining, Ancient Warrior, Glory Ride, Born to Lose, Nightmare, Lost Forever, the title track, Eternal Idol. A lot of good stuff on here. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a damn good one for sure. I got that one just a tad higher, not too much higher, but just a little higher. My number 12 is Seventh Star. I like this album. I know I showed this to you the other day after we were done with the ACDC ranking, but I have to show it here again because it's so god awful. This might be the worst cover art for any rock or metal album in the history of rock or metal. Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi, 7th star. This thing is so horrible. It's just Tony Iommi in like the middle of a desert, and it's so stupid. Like
Yeah.
like personally, I don't think this is quite a metal album. I would say this is more of a rock, hard rock, blues rock, maybe at points. I
Yeah.
like it. It's good. It went down a bit for me. I did re-listen to it. It went down for me just a bit, but I like it. It's good. I think Tony's riffs on here are really good. And then this is oh my god, I've just totally lost it. Who's the vocalist on this one?
I believe it's Glenn Hughes.
Glenn Hughes. That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is his only album
Yeah, it's his only
with the
one.
band, right? Okay. Yeah. He's good. He's pretty good on here. He's a good. He's Glenn Hughes. Very good. He's a very good singer. I just like others more. I really enjoy it. I really think this is an underrated album in the catalog. I think a lot of people just kind of bypass it because this was basically not session musicians for the band, but it's really Tony and Glenn are the main two Black Sabbath members. That's about it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I like this album quite a bit. It's my number 12.
Nice. My number 11 is Volume 4. Again, this is another great album, but I just have 10 preferences. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of great stuff on here. Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow's Dream, Changes, Super Not, Snowblind, Laguna Sunrise, Saint Vitus Dance, and Under the Sun. A lot of good stuff on here. Just have 10 preferences.
I can't disagree with anything you say. I have it a lot higher, but this was the beginning. Not the beginning. This is almost like it gets a little funky at times, gets a little weird at times on this album, but it's still that core Sabbath. It still has that Sabbath feel to it. And I love Volume 4. I'll talk about it in a bit. My number 11 is Headless Cross. This is a damn good album. I believe this is the first Tony Martin album.
Actually, I think it's the second because the
Okay, let
first
me
I
see.
think is Eternal Idol is the first.
Hold
I
on
think.
1 second. Let me look it up. I had it in my head earlier. Let me see. I have my born again. Eternal Idol. You are right. Yeah. So this is his second. I like it quite a bit. It's pretty good. Again, Tony Martin era is my least favorite, but again, he put out some really solid albums with the band. It's just I like others more. I like others more. But yeah, I like it. I like Headless Cross quite a bit. It's cool. It's good. It's got some bangers on there. Number 11.
Nice. At number 10, I have Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. It's a great album.
Fantastic album.
Love the title track. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. National Acrobat, Fluff, Sabra Cadabra, Killing Yourself to Live. Who Are You? Looking for Today. Spiral Architect. A lot of great stuff. Great album, and it's my number 10.
Number 10. There you go. Can't disagree with anything you said there. I'll talk about that album very soon. Number 10 for me is The Eternal Idol, the first with Tony Martin on vocals. Very much so enjoy this album. Have a lot of fun with it. It's really good. But again, I just like others more. Can you knock it off out there? Anyway, talking to myself, kind of. Go right ahead. Number 9 for you, good sir.
All right, my number 9 is Headless Cross. I think this would have to be my favorite of the Tony Martin albums. It's damn great. The Gates
His
of
first two are his best in my opinion.
yeah,
His first two albums
yeah,
are his
I
best. Yep.
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, the Gates of Hell, the title track, Headless Cross, Devil and Daughter, When Death Calls, Kill in the Spirit World, Call of the Wild, Black Moon, Nightwing, and then the bonus track, Cloak and Dagger. A lot of great stuff on here. It's my number 9.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. Like I said, it's a good one. I have it a bit lower than you do, but it's really good. It's really, really good. My number 9, and I switched it earlier today with another one. My number 9 is 13, the last one. First with Ozzy since 78. I like it, man. God is Dead is probably a top 15 Sabbath song for me. It's just so atmospheric and doomy. It's so good. I love that song. This album is really good. Like I said though, it was weird getting back to that slower doom metal style with Ozzy after him being gone for so many years and them really not doing it except for Dehumanizer, the band in general, having more of the doom sound to the slower sludgier sound.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it, man. I mean, I know everybody freaks out because Bill Ward's not on this album. The guy from Rage Against the Machines, I can't remember his name, the name at the top of my head. He did a good job on there. He didn't really do much that I think I think Bill could have done it, but shit happens, and my number 9.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, my number 8 is Master of Reality. Another great album, Sweet Leaf, After Forever, Embryo, Children of the Grave, Orchid, Lord of this World, Solitude, Into the Void. One of the greatest guitar riffs ever is Into the Void. A lot of great stuff on here. I love the album, but it's number 8 for me.
Yep, that is a classic. Absolutely. Um, I'll get to that soon also. Number 8 for me is the self-titled original album. This is just, or the self-titled debut album, I should say. I agree with what you said. It doesn't have the most playback ability. I probably listened to a few more underneath it more, but I think just the legacy of this album, because I don't know about you, but I consider Black Sabbath the first heavy metal band, and they were the one. Like you had bands like um not Led Zeppelin. What's the other band that I'm thinking of? Oh my god. Oh my god. The boys are back in town. Oh my god. What's their name?
Uh, Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy. Thank you.
Yeah.
You had bands like Thin Lizzy and even Led Zeppelin to an extent, where they did some heavy metal stuff with their classic hard rock and blues rock and all that stuff. But Sabbath was that first one to be heavy and tuned down on the guitars. And this for what is this 70? This 69?
Yeah. No, I think both the self-titled debut album and Paranoid
Yes,
came out in
that's right. They
1970.
both did come out. You're right. Yes, that's right. They both did. This album, I mean, for 1970, just think about it. You're listening to this on vinyl or whatever they had back in 1970. and you hear the opening for the title track, you're like, what is this? Holy shit. I mean, this thing is this is the birth of heavy metal right here, in my opinion. It's so good, but like I said, I agree. It's not the most re-listenable, but I think for me, it has to be in at least my top 10 because of what it started.
Yeah.
So it's my number 8. Number 7.
So my number 7 and my number 6 could probably like switch around depending on my mood, but as of right now at number 7 I have Paranoid. Great
Okay.
album, amazing album. War Pigs, the title track Paranoid, Planet Caravan, Iron Man, Electric Funeral, Hand Up Doom, Rat Salad, Fairies Wear Boots. A lot of great stuff on here. Love this album.
I will get to Paranoid very, very soon. You said Paranoid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Number
thought you did,
7.
but something was telling me Masters of Reality. Okay, yeah, never mind. Oh, it's been a crazy day. Anyway, I love Paranoid. I'll get to that soon. I'm tired of that album though. I've heard it so many times. I don't ever need to listen to another song off that album, but I'll get to it soon. My number 7, and my number 6, like what you just said, could switch because I like them about the same. I actually do like them the same. And re-listening to them a couple days ago, I only have them in the order I do is because my number 6 came before it, but literally they're both like A+ albums for me. And my number 7 is Mob Rules. Like, this thing kicks ass. This is the second one of 3 with Dio, and it's badass, man. They make it a bit faster. They make it a bit traditional metal. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Yep.
I mean, I love Ozzy, but when you get a guy like Dio, you gotta change it up a bit. It's so good. It's so good.
Yep.
It's number 6 for you.
My number 6 is Seventh Star.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Nice.
yeah,
I love that. It's so high. I love it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
I love this album. In for the Kill, No Stranger to Love, Turn to Stone, The Guardian, the title track Seventh Star, Danger Zone, Heart Like a Wheel is probably my least favorite track on the album,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
still like it.
Yeah.
Angry Heart and In Memory, a lot of great stuff on here. Love this album.
Yeah. No, I love that you have it so high, bro. I'm so happy you have that album so high. Cause this album gets
Yeah,
shit on all the time. And I'm like, why? It's so good. It's so good.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. For me, my number 6, if you couldn't tell, is Heaven and Hell. Much like Mob Rules. Again, bring in a new guy, Ronnie James Dio. And again, I like these two albums literally the same. Like, it's tough. Like, I love them both. This album, again, it's just so good. This has, I think, even for Rainbow, uh, uh, his solo stuff, and what was the other band he was in? Ryan James Dio.
um, his
Rainbow Dio.
self-titled itself
His solo band, yeah. What was the other?
solo band. Yeah,
What was
that's
the other
what
one
I'm
he was
looking.
in? He was Rainbow Dio, Sabbath. Wasn't he in a fourth one?
Oh, yeah, I think it was called Elf. I think.
Elf. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Elf.
yeah.
Of all four of his bands, if you want to include Heaven and Hell also five. Lady Evil is my favorite of his songs. Of any of his albums he's ever done. Like I love Lady Evil. It is such a good song. It's so good. I love Lady Evil. It's in my top 10 Sabbath songs. I love this song. It's glorious, man. I love it. Heaven and Hell, my number 6. Number
Nice.
5 for you, good sir.
My number 5 is The Mob Rules. Great album. Turn Up the Night, Voodoo, Sign of the Southern Cross, E5, 150, like a little instrumental piece. The title track, Mob Rules, Country Girl, Slipping Away, Falling Out the Edge of the World, over and over. A lot of great stuff on here. It's my number 5.
Yeah, I mean, again, I love the Dio stuff, man. It's tough to rank it once you get this high. Mob Rules kicks ass. So
Yeah.
good. So good. My number 5 is Volume 4. This was kind of the start of their weirdness. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath followed in the weirdness, and then they went off into cocaine fueled ridiculous land at the end of the Aussie era. But I love this album. I have loved this album for a while. It's such it's such a. Do you like the cover to this album?
Um,
Because I think it's terrible. Just Ozzy pointing with Black Sabbath Volume 4.
yeah,
I don't
it's okay.
know. It's
It's not
so
one of the
dumb.
best. Not one of the
It's
best.
so dumb. I
Uh,
I've wanted this shirt for a very long time, but I've always been hesitant because it's such a stupid. Just it's so
yeah,
dumb. It's I love this album though. It's fantastic. It's so good. It's just Supernaut and Snowblind are my personal two favorites on here. Number 5, I have nothing else to say. It's great. I love it.
yeah. Well, I gotta say, another thing I have to say before getting to my number 4 is that the Technical Ecstasy album cover is like really weird too. Like,
So bad.
yeah,
Is
but
this supposed to be a heavy metal band's album cover here?
yeah, like what is that?
It looks more like a shitty sci-fi movies from the 70s or 60s.
Yeah,
That's atrocious. Yeah, that's really bad.
yeah.
That's really really bad. For
But
sure.
at number 4, my number 3 and number 4, I think both of these albums are extremely underrated. Um, at number 4, I have Sabotage. Love this album. Hole in the Sky, Too Late, Symptom of the Universe, Megalomania is my favorite track on the album. Thrill of It All, um, Super Czar, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, Am I Going Insane? The Rid. A lot of great stuff on here. I love this album.
I'm so happy you have it. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm very happy you this is your 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so happy you have it at 4, bro. I'm so happy you have it at 4. It's yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My number 4 is one I just mentioned a couple minutes ago. Paranoid. Um This is probably my most listened to Sabbath album. And it's only at number 4 because of that. I am tired of hearing the songs on this album. I have heard them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But you know what? This is the classic album. So I have to give it the respect it deserves and put it at number 4. But I am sick and tired of hearing every song on this album.
Yeah.
Like, you go to any classic rock station, and literally, there's 8 songs on this thing? I mean, Iron Man, Paranoid, War Pigs. 4 songs right there. 3 songs, whatever it was right there. Planet Caravan. They're on the radio.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for like AC/DC's like Back in Black and Razor's Edge albums. I love those albums, but like
Yeah.
they play them on the radio way too much. Like,
I work at a radio station. I don't listen to the radio.
yeah.
I work at a freaking radio station. Yeah, the radio just classic rock station plays and plays and plays. Great album. I'm
Yep.
sick and tired of this album. I'm sick and tired of it.
Yep.
Sick of it. But it's great. And it deserves to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Number 3.
My number 3 is Born Again. I love this album. We got Trashed, Stonehenge, Disturbing the Priest, The Dark, Zero the Hero, Digital Bitch, Born Again, Hotline, and Keep It Warm. A lot of great stuff. I love this album.
Say it again. Which number is this?
Number 3.
This album fucking rules. This album fucking rules. Whenever somebody tells me that this is not a Black Sabbath album, I go, no. Forbidden is not a Black Sabbath album.
Yeah.
This is.
Definitely.
It is an amazing album, and I'll get to it in a second here. My number 3 is Master of Reality. Like Paranoid, to a lesser extent, I've heard this album over and over and over again. But it has my favorite ever Sabbath song on it, so I love it. And that is Sweet Leaf. I don't know what it is about the song. I don't smoke weed, but I fucking love that song. It's so cool. The opening riff is fucking incredible. I love it. I'm going to send you something when we're done here on Messenger because it's fucking incredible.
All right.
I love this song. Children of the Grave is great. Into the Void, Orchid, Lord of this World, After Forever, Embryo, Solid. They're all great.
Yeah.
Number 3, Master of Reality.
My number 2 is Heaven and Hell. Great album. Neon Knights, Children of the Sea, Lady Evil, Heaven and Hell, Wishing Well, Die Young, Walk Away, Lonely is the World. A lot of great stuff on here. Love the album.
Yep. It's a classic. For sure. For sure. My number 2 is your number 3, Born Again. I'm going to reiterate what I just said. When people say this is not a Black Sabbath album, I go, bitch, please. No, 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 no. Forbidden is not a Black Sabbath album. This is. This
Yeah.
album kicks ass. This album is a classic heavy metal album.
All
This
right.
thing rips.
Yeah. So I'll be right back. My
Sure,
mom needs me for something, but
sure. Hi, everybody. How we doing? You like my name? I don't know if it's there. It's probably in the corner. Actually, it's probably right there or right there, wherever. Um, this was fun. This was fun. I'm just killing time while he is away. No, I love this band. I know he loves this band too. This was tough. It was really tough. This I mean it's Black Sabbath, man. They're good. It's Black Sabbath. They're really, really good. Yeah. He's back. He's
all right. Sorry about
welcome back. I was just telling people that it was hard to do this list and everything. So,
yeah.
so anyway, you're number one.
My number one is Dehumanizer. Love
Nice.
this album. Yeah.
Nice.
Computer God. After All the Dead is probably my favorite Black Sabbath song. I love that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
TV Crimes, Letters from Earth, Master of Insanity is another great song. Time Machine, Sins of the Father, Too Late, um, and Buried Alive. A lot of great stuff on here.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably their heaviest, like I said. It's just not one of my personal favorites, but I do like it. I absolutely agree with you though. They it has some killer tracks on there for sure.
Yep.
For sure. My number one is one that I reacted like this to earlier because it's fucking great. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. I love this album. It's kick ass. You have volume 4. It got a little weird, it got a little experimental, it got a little drug stuff in there. Then you have Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die just after this album. And then you have Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, which I don't know about you. Let me show it to you here. This is the fucking coolest album cover I have ever seen for a heavy metal band.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like it's like a bed, like a like a
It
satanic
is
bed.
the 666 in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Listen, does this song have some weirdness to it? Absolutely. But I am there for it. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is a banger. National Acrobats kick ass. Fluff is weird, and I'm there for it. Sabracadabra, Killing Yourself to Live, Who Are You, Looking for Today, and Spiral Architect is. I love this album. It is so weird. It is so kick ass. It's like that perfect mix of like traditional Sabbath and weird Sabbath with Ozzy, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I
Great
love it,
album.
man.
Who Are You is one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs for sure.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
very
such a good song.
yeah, it's very weird, but I love it.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the hell named the song Fluff? I mean, come on. It's so good. So did you know that this band was originally called the hold on, let me get it here. The Polka Tulk Blues Band?
Did not know that.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I'm so glad that they went to go see Mario Bava's Black Sabbath
Yeah.
because they would have been called the Polka Tulk Blues Band. and they would be my second favorite band of all time still.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mario Bava. Thank you. So dumb. Oh, thank God. And they're also called Earth for like a year too, but the Polka
Yeah.
Folk Blues Band, that's just weird. I don't know about you. I love this band. There's only
Yeah.
one album of theirs I don't like, and that's Forbidden.
Yeah. Same here. Completely
Everything else,
agree.
though, even though it's weird, yeah, at least from my list, it gets a little weird. Some guilty pleasures in there. I mean, for me, honestly, from like, I don't know, 14 on, from cross purposes, my number 14 on, I can say that I at least like.
Yeah.
No,
Same
no,
here.
I can say that I at least like 16 of their albums. Like
Yeah.
Forbidden, Never Say Die, and Technical Ecstasy. Like I said, they're weird. Never Say Die and Technical Ecstasy are entertaining, but really, man, these guys for me started the genre of heavy metal, and they do it well, and
Yeah.
they did it well, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Any closing thoughts from you, good sir?
Um. Yeah. All I have to say is pretty much what you said. Like, I really uh Forbidden. It's the only album that I don't like. Um. They made a lot of great albums. They had five lead singers. A lot of great albums from them. But yeah, I love the band. I definitely say it's a tie between Van Halen and Black Sabbath for my second favorite band.
Yeah,
Behind AC/DC, but
for sure.
yeah.
I'm trying to see here. I can't remember. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to look it up. Was Ray Gillen, was he on any album, or was he just the live singer for one of the albums?
Um, Not sure on that. I'll have to do some research on that.
Oh, it says here. No. Yeah, I don't think he was actually on any album, but I know he toured with them for a while. So they have 4 vocalists on albums and 5 in total. But yeah. Um yeah, man. I love this band. They're so good.
Yeah,
They're they're a big reason why I am a rock and metal fan. I love them.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
them. I don't
Me
have my
too.
Black Sabbath, I don't have my 2 Sabbath shirts with me because they're in a box somewhere. But it doesn't mean I don't love them, man. There,
Yeah,
there's more to this band than just the Ozzy and Dio years,
yeah,
and,
definitely.
and and I wish more of the population knew or understood that. Like they would branch out and go into the Tony Martin years and go into just the discography because it's so good. Because, like we said, only one album we don't like.
Yeah,
That and there's 18, and there's 18 others that sure a couple are weird or not or not our thing, but it's Black Sabbath.
yeah,
They're metal.
yeah.
They're metal. So, alrighty, everybody, we are out. I'll talk to you later. Actually, no. Before I forget, what discography do you want to do next?
I guess we could do Van Halen next if you want.
That's going to take a little bit. It's not going to be as soon as Sabbath. I know that. I have not listened to Halen in a while.
Yeah.
But hopefully the next few weeks, for sure. Let's do it. Van Halen. Let's do it. We will see you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye.